guys, and welcome to another episode of A Full Cup of Tea. Today we've got a very special guest. I've known this lady for a long time. She's super inspiring. She's called Essjay. Hi.
Hi.
She's a multiple entrepreneur, a single mom, and a podcaster herself. So I'm super excited to share your story with my listeners, and yeah, just have a chat and get your story and your inspirational self out there.
Fabulous. So happy to be here with you, Terri Ann. Absolutely awesome. So similar to you, entrepreneur, single mum, trying to have a social life, trying to stay fit, trying to work, trying to juggle kids, life and everything. So yeah, it's going to be a good one.
I mean, you are smashing it. I follow you on social media and stuff. So if you want to tell the listeners, a little bit more about your background, your story, what you're doing, and we'll have a chat.
So we first met way back when I just did permanent makeup. So obviously just doing eyebrows and beauty treatments, which was a good business, but I was kind of in that cycle of just time for money exchange, spending all my money, earning more money, spending more money, literally had no plan in life. And then it wasn't until I had children and then I had some major surgery, which was unexpected, that I actually noticed my money dropping dramatically. So when I looked at my accounts, if I didn't touch a face, I didn't earn no money. So that's when I started my podcast. I did it more out of a little bit of boredom because then we hit lockdown as well. So when lockdown hit, couldn't earn a penny. And then thrown into lockdown, I was separating, going through a divorce, which was great. So I think the moment that it was like, right, this relationship's not working, I'm out of here, then it was like, no, you're staying together through lockdown. That's it.
Yeah,
stay put for another 3 months. But that was the pivotal moment for me, because that was when I thought, shit, I'm now on my own. I've now got my kids to think about. And people really dwelled on the whole lockdown thing and got really stuck into feeling sorry for themselves. And I just thought, you know what, there's money to be made. There's people out there that still need me and want me. How can I actually create something that's bulletproof? So then I manufactured my own makeup range. I started doing that in lockdown, and then released my podcast. And then what happened is I was trying to serve clients kind of remotely, like doing virtual treatments and consults and everything else. And then people was asking me how I'm doing it. So then now I have a beauty coaching business. So my main earnings are, I've got like an online platform where people learn how to scale the business, mainly in the beauty industry. And I do a lot of one-to-one consults with that. And then obviously the makeup brand as well. And then still some clients because they won't let me go. So I still do a few eyebrows.
Cosmetic.
You try and say no to clients you've had for 10 years.
Yeah.
They kind of ask me, how's business doing? I'm like, it's really good. They're like, so when are you stopping? I'm like, I won't stop. So I do 1.5 days a week, 2 days a week.
I didn't know you were still doing that.
Yeah, still do a little bit.
Yeah.
My clients won't let me stop. So yeah, still do that.
That's
for
good.
now.
That's good. You've got to think though, without those clients, I always think that without those people, you wouldn't be where you are probably today, be able to be moving on to those other things. That's what I always think.
And some of them clients are also in the beauty industry, so they're actually then become clients of my other things, and they buy all my makeup, they promote me. So I think, you've got to, and I enjoy it. That's the social part of the job that the permanent makeup side. I don't have that as much with just creating a brand of makeup and selling online. I don't have any connection with people. I do quite a lot.
So do you find how do you balance your being a single mom and all those multiple businesses? Because I need to learn.
No,
because I ain't got no balance.
I ain't got nothing for you.
I'm like all or nothing into one. Then I think, oh no, I need to see to my kids. Step back and see to my kids. And I'm like all or not. And that's what I find like I really struggle. I don't think any single mum has surely got like that on lockdown.
No. I don't think anyone has. And I think you just learn to accept that every day there's going to be some kind of a hiccup. Like my daughter's off school for 2 days. She's not been very well. But you just deal with it. You kind of, as a single mum trying to juggle children and everything else, there's always going to be a last minute thing that pops up that's going to then turn your day upside down. But I think that's how... I don't know. I just think it's the mindset of entrepreneurs and powerful. Let's say masculine women. Let's say women that are very independent. We just get it done.
Yeah, that is true.
We don't dwell on it. It's like we might moan at night time. We've got no choice. So you just get it done. But I think the thing is that I do find though is you easily burn out and you've probably gone through stages like this.
Yeah.
Like you'll literally be full on, like fucking smashing everything, and then you hit a wall, and you're like, that's it, I'm done now.
Done.
I
Yeah.
need 2 days just to
Yeah.
not do or see or speak to anybody, and then I'll get back on it again.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
But I don't think we should do that. We should give ourselves some time to rest in between, but we don't.
No, I'm exactly the same. Like I'll be flat out on my social media, promoting everything, speaking to everyone, and then I'll think, wow, my head's going to explode. Like I can't do this anymore. Then I'll go quiet for a bit, and then I'm back on it, which is not good really. I need a little bit more. I need to manage that a little bit better because it does burn me out a little bit.
It is planning, and it's having a bit of planning. But see, I'm not a natural planner. I'm probably similar to you in this aspect where you kind of like shiny object syndrome. Like you'll be doing one thing and then you'll see something as an entrepreneur. You're like, whoa, I need that. Yeah. And you're like, fucking stop it. Just make one thing work and then do the next thing. So I find that I have to really detail plan everything. Like I've got spreadsheets on my computer to plan everything, my week ahead. Yeah. And when I do it, when I'm planning it and I actually then, right, today's these jobs, it works perfectly. Yeah. Business is amazing. But then I get to a stage where I forgot to do it, and then that's it. I'm off limits for 2 days.
I'm just like a winger. Yeah. I always do it. Like I speak to Ryan here at 7 Studios, and he's like, "Have you got a 90-day plan? Have you got this plan?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." I mean, I've now got like obviously my scheduled posts what go out and the stuff what goes out according with like your special days and stuff. And that's as far as planning as I got. I literally just I seem to like wing it, and that I have like. I think, right, I do need to like plan my 90 days. I do need to get all these spreadsheets, but I just don't end up having time to do that. That takes me time. The thing is, I do outsource some stuff as well. I got to a stage where I'm like, I've got to delegate. I think as a good entrepreneur, you've got to know when you can't physically do everything. Yeah. So if you get to a stage where you can't grow anymore, it's time to actually get rid of the shit that you don't like doing. Yeah, that's what Ryan says to me. That's what he said. Why are you doing that? Well, guess what else? We've got stuff. I'm like, I know, but it's me. I need to do it. And I struggle with letting go of some of the responsibility.
You're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I have done that with a scheduling. Becky does that for me now. But I would doing all that as well. Is like you can't do everything. You know, you're the accountant, you're the saleswoman, you're the product.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And he's like, you can't be that. Yeah. So I'm just learning that process at the moment. Yeah. But it is really
difficult. But I think there's parts of the business that you'll love to do. Yeah. Then there's parts of the business that you can't stand doing. Yeah. Like I can't stand. I do want to get a virtual assistant actually because I can't stand sifting through my emails. Yeah. Because I get that many emails every day. And obviously a lot of them are crap. Yeah. But I probably spend an hour looking through my emails and maybe just have like 1 or 2 things that I have to deal with. I just want a VA just to wake up in the morning and check all my emails and then just forward me the essential ones. Yeah. And it's just little things to do like that.
Right now, can't you? That AI system. The AI.
Yeah. Oh God, AI. I love that.
I do.
What was life like
literally,
before?
even like personal stuff like, right, I need to write this, put it into AI, sorted. I don't have to sit going, right, that doesn't sound right, I'm going to twist that, and I think I just love it. Yeah. I just love it for that. Like, I mean, there's certain things in there I think should be left to humans, but like for stuff like content creating and stuff like that,
if you brain dump a lot of what you want to say in it and you ask it for its certain tone or whatever, then let AI. Yeah. Because after the stuff that I write, I am not that intelligent.
Same.
Like, it sounds like a 10-year.
Is that word? Well, I'll put it anyway. It sounds great.
A 10-year-old boy's written it. So I do. I'm not school smart.
No. Yeah. Me neither. I've learnt along the way. I've learnt a lot of things. A lot of self-taught things, but. Yeah, the AI is coming in and it helps you with a bit of time as well. It helps me. I can sit writing so much content and takes me hours. Yeah. And then I just put what I want and it's there. Click. Yeah.
Love it.
Cheating in it.
I know.
Everyone's doing it now.
Everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it.
It doesn't matter. Do you feel like, I mean, I've gone through so much like, I don't know, like obviously divorce and things like that. Do you feel like, did that affect you in any way in your business, in your mindset? Because I feel like it did for me.
Yeah, well, to be honest, my divorce, no. Mine and the kids' dad we've got a good relationship. Yeah. We ended up being just like friends. Yeah, so it actually made the split very easy. It was sad because obviously change is sad. It was sad obviously to break it to the kids, but we have got a perfect like co-parenting routine that is bang on. That's not affected me. Relationships since then has affected me.
Oh, let's not go into them.
The podcast ain't long enough for that. So no, it's me. I think what happens is when you're on your own for a while, you have to be the man and the woman. Okay, you have to be the masculine one. You have to wear the pants. You have to do all of that. But we actually don't want to. Deep down, a woman actually wants to take off her big boy pants and go home and actually be in a feminine energy and to be looked after. I'm not saying financially at all. I've got my own shit together, but looked after emotionally, having that safe place. And what attracts men to, what men say they're attracted to. Oh, I love it that you're independent and you've got your shit together and your confidence. And then before you know it, it creeps in that's one that then hold against you.
Yeah, and their insecurities.
Exactly. So that's been harder. Relationships have been harder. And, men that might listen to this and say they like independent women, they probably do, but they need to take the big boy pants off us for a while and let us just be.
Yeah, that's it.
Because then they'll moan that we're in our masculine energy and we're not actually being you know.
And then they come, I don't know about you, but then they come really needy. And I'm like, what? Like, this is what, like, a lot of, I mean, I'm not saying all women, sorry, but like, it's more of like a woman's role, like, it was a bit more needy, I guess. And they come, when you're like independent and you've got your shit together and, you earn your own money and you're managing your kids, your business, and then they come along and they kind of were supposed to be doing the same, but then they become needy and you're like, wow, I'd rather be on my own.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it comes. I mean, I've been separated from Michael for 5 years now.
Yeah. Have you had any like relationships since?
Yeah.
Or? Yeah.
Like,
not any that you want to.
Probably 2.
And they've been very similar to what I've just said.
Well, not really, because I mean, to be fair, like I won't go too deep into it, but the one that I've really, 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 like, I messed that up. Obviously, when I met this guy, he was everything I could have wanted. He had his masculine energy. I could have he was literally, he were amazing with kids. He were like probably 99% perfect for me. However, I wasn't in a very good place at the time when I met him. I'd never like, I weren't like mentally strong. I just weren't in a good place at all. So it was the right person at the wrong time for me.
I know, what a shame.
So I was like, I ended up like, I was drinking a lot at the time and stuff and not dealing with any of my problems and not dealing with the emotions that I had after splitting up with Michael and stuff. And I was just so angry. I never knew why until that relationship broke down. Look, I can't like be with you in this state and how you are right now, blah, blah, blah. You need to go and make some changes. I didn't go and make changes. I went off at rails even further.
You're too stubborn.
Yeah. I didn't do but apart from that, I would say him 100%. Like, he's probably my only regret in a relationship in life ever.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, the thing is like, you've learned from that now. Yeah. Though. This is the thing. You learn more from your failures. Yeah. And that's when people say you got to date yourself. Yeah. Like, I've had 2 relationships since my ex-husband. And the first one, it wasn't great. A lot of kind of controlling narcissistic traits, but I literally was out of there. It like happened like that. Not dealing with this. I'm gone. So strong. But the next one, I let my boundaries really get trampled on because I wasn't actually fully healed from that short one.
That's what I did with the other.
So I wasn't actually ready to have that relationship. But I didn't know at the time, and now but it makes you stronger. Like, I just think things happen for a reason, and you just think it makes you stronger as a person. You then realize exactly what you want, what you will tolerate.
Yeah, I agree.
And just set your boundaries right from the start.
Yeah, I actually agree with that because I were exactly the same. With the second one, obviously after the first one, I'm not going to say his name. It's not fair, is it? I'm good at that.
This is going out there. We have to be careful with names.
I know. And then,
but if the shoe fits,
take it. You know who you are. And then it's like this. Obviously, the second guy, were like probably totally opposite to what I would normally go for. But I met him in the midst of my wild stage, I guess. So we was wild together, I guess. And as soon as I didn't want to be wild no more, I thought, whoa, what am I doing? Yeah. You're not for me. Like, this is not the life that I want to live. Like, so obviously then I've had to then sort of break away from that. And it was at that point that I decided, you know what, like, you've gone through your life in and out of relationship, not in and out of relationship. I had 10 years of life. What I'm saying is I've never been on my own. So I've split up with someone, I've got with someone straight away. I've never healed from it. I've never sort of done any self-discovery. So this time, last year, well, over a year ago now, I decided, right, I need time out for myself. I need to look within me and see what's going on? Why am I making these decisions? Why am I, getting into these relationships and basically not loving myself and I spiraled. So that's why I took that year out, did loads of self-discovery, got some counselling, therapy, learned so much about myself, learned so much about past trauma, healed from past trauma. I stayed off alcohol for a whole year because I thought that was the problem, that were where my mistakes were coming from. So I did a year not drinking, and I just found a whole new self.
Yeah, that's fab.
So now that I'm a weirdo. I had like a list in my phone of no, this is all this thing. I've got it in my phone who I will not, what I won't tolerate in my life.
I love it.
What I don't want, what I will accept in my life. So it's just, I don't know, it's just about finding you sometimes, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Especially when you've been in relationships and you've had kids and stuff like that. And then for me, anything negative, I used to just put to one side and deal with my business. And then when I sort of lost my business mindset for a little while, when my mind went, I had a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So mine were binge drinking on the weekend to escape.
Yeah.
So I've had to get that back now. So now I'm full throttle into business and back into that. But it's just, life's just hard, isn't it?
Life is hard. It's juggling everything. But I do think you've got to, like you said, you've got to kind of date yourself. You've got to actually find out what you love and what you enjoy. And then the right person will show up at the time.
And complement that.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm kind of like, I'm not looking at all. Something has kind of like possibly intrigued me, let's say. Can't say too much. But it is, I've got my future goals. I manifest what I want every day. Vision boards as clear as day, exactly what I want, as if I've got it already. And it's for me and my kids. And if someone fits into the life along the way, they fit into the life.
Yeah.
That's it. It literally is just all about me, my future, where I want my business to go, where I want my kids to be, the life that...
And someone's got to fit into that.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
You fit into,
exactly. So, and I won't compromise that anymore. So
yeah, I think that's the best way to be, especially as a single mom. I think some people view singles mothers are they're desperate and they need someone.
Yeah,
but definitely.
But I wish I would have learnt this 20 years ago.
I know, same.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
saved a lot of stress and money on alcohol.
Yeah, that's it, innit? That's the thing, innit? Alcohol's honestly did the devil, I think.
Yeah.
So with regards to obviously you've got these businesses and. So did I read or see on your social media that you do sort of coaching?
Yeah. So what I do is in the beauty industry, you are trained to perform a treatment in exchange for money. So it is basically you have to perform a treatment and then get your money. So there's a cap on it. So if you break your wrist, you have a baby, you need time off, you don't earn no money. And it's kind of like, I think since lockdown, things changed a lot. People became a lot more digital and tried to get their knowledge and skills kind of online and start going down the route of more passive income and less active. Beauty industry is still way behind, way behind. I think the hair, beauty, aesthetic industry are literally still living 10 years ago. They have not pivoted and evolved. And what made me realise that it can be done is I remember doing, I used to do chemical peels, so a facial. Used to charge 60 quid. They'd come in, 40 minutes facial, perform a treatment, might buy a product, and then they'd go. So in lockdown, these clients that sat there could not obviously come to me for a service. So I created a virtual a treatment that I would send out to them and perform a virtual treatment. And I sold these packs, and I had about 50 people that bought these packs for £35. And I sat on a live call with these 50 people and performed a treatment. And I got 50 times £35, and I got a facial at the same time.
Wow.
And after that, I was like, I know obviously that was lockdown because that wasn't no choice for people. But what about these single mums that can't leave the house?
Yeah.
What about these women that are on benefits and can't afford a 60 quid facial, but they can afford a 30 quid facial? You know, if you're a single mum and you've got kids, young kids at home, and you can't physically get out, you've got no childcare around you, they're your avatar. They're a client for you. Yeah. So what I mainly do is businesses that are struggling to get seen. So the beauty industry, the social media content is all really naff nowadays. It's so you can go onto an eyelash page and it's all just before and after pictures. There's no personalization there. People need to know they're buying a person. They're not just buying a set of eyelashes.
Yeah.
You invest with someone who you know, like, and trust, you know? So I help people actually find the gaps in their how clients see them. And then once I kind of then teach them how to streamline the journey. So from point of contact, you don't have to message going back and forth. You don't have to then answer all these questions. Everything's done automated. So it saves you time. So then you can then start thinking, right, how can I now create more passive income? Can I teach lashes online? Can I do manuals and sell them for brow mapping? What can I do with my skills and knowledge that I've got to create something that can be bought that is more scalable?
Yeah.
So some of the recent ladies that I've been coaching, one in particular, she's absolutely smashing it. She's out Grantham way. She was such a nervous, she would never get on camera, never go live, never share her amazing skills. She's such an amazing permanent makeup artist. So we streamlined all her business, sorted all that part out, and it's like, right, now we're getting down to the dirty. Now, what do you love doing? How can we get this more scalable? She has now almost 4 times her salary working with me in a year. And she works less hours.
Wow.
She works less hours. She has a granddaughter. She is literally smashing it. And I saw her go live the other day in a hoodie. And I'm like, Claire, you would never go live in a hoodie. And she's like, well, fuck it. Yeah, literally smashing it. So, but I also do have, as well as that's very one-to-one bespoke coaching that I do. So literally work on their business and do all the background audits. But I also have a platform where I've got lessons that I've already created where people pay £20 a month for. And they just go through all my lessons. So that's created once. So if I have 10 people on it or 2,000, I get that a month. So I'm obviously doing it in my business and I'm teaching people how to do it as well.
Yeah,
so, you know, but it is something, the beauty industry is, there's a cap on it. And this is why a lot of people, when they get to 45, 50, they sack it all off and get a job. Yeah. The amount of people in the beauty industry get to that stage, and especially now because we have to earn more money to live.
And there's so many people in the industry in it now.
Exactly.
With these really cheap
so you've got to
and...
set yourself apart. So, and I always think, even if you've only been qualified, so say if you do a lash course and you do eyelashes, if you've been qualified 6 months, you've still got something to filter down to the people that have just been qualified, because more than likely, there'll be stuff that you didn't learn in your training that you feel you wish you would have known when you come out.
Yeah.
So you can create a blooming ebook and sell it for 10 quid, what I wish I would have known when I came out of lash training.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many opportunities, because a lot of people say, well, I've not been doing it long enough. Really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, but that's where I get really excited, like teaching people how to earn more money.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
I love that. Because I think a lot of people qualify in something, and not even necessarily beauty industry, and then just think that's all they can do. So there's no sort of other avenues where they can go for it. So it's good to have someone like you who can then inspire them to then think, right, if you're quiet in this, because people do have quiet months, people will have a lesser footfall and stuff like that. You know, certain times of year we all know that are difficult than others. So, but then as long as you've got that, was it passive income you call it?
But yeah, more passive means you have to put less.
Yeah, more like something else.
Yeah,
to look at.
Because the first thing I did with my business in lockdown is I got all my clients paying monthly. So I charge £200 for my eyebrows, and I don't do many treatments anymore. And I do skin treatments and skin packages, and I have people on subscription. So on the first of every month, I get paid. Yeah. So whether I have a really quiet month or a dead month, I still get X amount of money going into my bank, because they all pay me £16.66 a month.
Yeah.
That's nothing. But there's the amount of people that will come for a treatment, a set of eyebrows, and they're like, oh God, I've been meaning to come back to you for a year. You've lost a year's worth of money. You get them all on subscription, paying you £16 a month. So creating that structure, so then you don't also, because then what that also does is it stops you trying to get the quick wins and taking on clients you probably shouldn't do. So like I had a client who wanted her eyebrows done, and they were shy. They were really bad, from really bad work.
On that note, I need mine doing again, by the way. They were best they ever were when I went to you.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
Painted on.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. Yeah. But if I didn't have my regular money coming in, and I was looking at my month ahead thinking, oh shit, I've got them bills coming out, and that woman inquired, I would have took her because it was 200 quid.
That's what people do, don't they?
Yeah. But I looked at him and I was like, nah, I don't want to do them. And I just said no. I says, no, I'm not a technician for you, because I thought I can make them better, but I'll not make them how I want to make them because of all your old bad work. And I've also got money coming to my account because of my subscription, so I can now turn you away.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a
good place to be, innit?
Exactly. And that's what I teach people to do, so, which I do love.
That's brilliant.
I do love.
And I heard you're just having a little conversation downstairs about getting your
makeup. Yeah, that's been a bit scary. So I created the makeup range, which has been, I literally put my house on it. And it's a slow burner, really slow burner, because the makeup industry is so competitive. Even though it's a refillable makeup range, so it's eco-friendly, 80% of the line's refillable, it's vegan, cruelty-free, 100% natural, so it ticks all the boxes of living more sustainably, which is obviously what people are wanting. But I haven't got the marketing spend like L'Oreal and Rimmel. I can't throw 20 grand a month to marketing. So it's literally just been word of mouth and then my Shopify store. So I decided to take a change this year and because I've got a shop in London that sells it on my behalf. So a really nice boutique. It's in King's Cross, so she sells my stuff. So I basically post the stuff to her. She sells it. She makes money. I make money.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, I'll do a big trade event. So I did a trade event last month, and people are asking for me to export to America, Portugal. And I just said, yeah, and then I'll figure it out after.
Yeah,
so,
that's the way to go, though, isn't it? You've got to do that, take a risk, change things.
Yeah, but there was a woman who sells in America, and she was asking about my product range. And she says, normally we'd probably get about 500 units per product. How many products do you have in your range? I says 56. She said, we'd start off on 500 units and probably build it up to 2,000. Can your fulfillment centre control that? My fulfillment centre's my garage. Can your team control that? I'm like, yeah. I came away and I shit myself. So then I'm like, obviously now learn how to export.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, so
just shows you though, doesn't it? You can go through life, you can have difficulties, you can have divorce, but you can still smash it. Like so inspiring.
Yeah, and the thing is, I always just think, say yes and then figure out how after. Who that I think that is that a Richard Branson quote.
Is it?
Yeah, Richard
Branson. You've got to think
quote.
if you say panic and say no, you could have missed a major opportunity. And if you say yeah and you try and you can't fulfill it, at least you've tried.
At least you've tried.
And not cut yourself off, and probably more than likely you'll sort it. Because
we're entrepreneurs and that's
what
we do.
And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very exciting.
That's so cool. And anything else you want to share? We're just like
I'm going to say we've done everything.
Yeah.
Business. Obviously, I've got a podcast as well, which this will be. I can share this on my podcast as
I'll
well.
give you what's your podcast called?
The Beauty Business Coach. So if anybody's watching this that are in the beauty industry or in a service industry where they have to put time in for money, then you can listen to my podcast. It's been running for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of a blip halfway through where it then went from every 2 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Just because of time management and, falling off the wagon a little bit. But I do share a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of videos. I do interview a lot of people that are kind of like experts in whether it's being SEO or, things that are helping to push business forward. But it's mainly me talking. It's mainly me giving my tips on how to streamline your business, how to scale up your business, how to get seen. And the thing is, it's all from mistakes, really. Like when I look back, I made all the mistakes. I had a beauty salon. Like most people, they'll train in something and they first think, right, I now want to get a big salon and now I want to get staff. And you do all that just because it looks good on the outside to the Joneses.
Yes.
And then you realise that, wait a minute, my expenses are way up. And I wish I wasn't at that stage trying to do things because it looked good.
Yeah, it looked like you were successful.
Exactly. The moment I shut the doors and literally just went to me, I didn't even have a clinic. I used to salon hop all the way around Yorkshire doing permanent makeup. That's when I started earning money.
Yeah.
And I worked less hours, less stress, didn't have to deal with staff.
Less overheads.
Less overheads. So yeah, obviously everything that I do now, I wish I would have known way back, but that's good now because you can obviously share. I can then share that.
I always
now
think the best way is to share from your own experiences. I think because you can go to uni and find out about business, but when it comes to actually the crunch of actually doing it, it ain't always what it seems when it's been written on a piece of paper. Real life, real experiences, I think, help businesses grow. So it's brilliant.
And you learn more from your failures, don't you? You don't learn from successes.
Definitely not.
You learn from failures. So
yeah. Do you want to share your Instagram so people can follow you on there?
Yeah, Essjay, which is Essjay the Beauty Business Coach, but Essjay is spelled Essjay. So if you just Google Essjay Hartshorn, I'm literally all over social media.
Yeah, you are.
I'm all over. I spread myself all over.
Like me, I'm everywhere. It's like people say to me, how many social medias have you got? I've got loads.
Just every platform.
Yeah, every platform. And
platform.
then you've got to manage them all, like that's another podcast, like managing
I can't believe we
social
even
media.
spoke about training as well, because we're both proper like fitness fanatics as well. We've not touched on that one.
Another podcast.
Another podcast. How the hell do you fit in training and trying to keep on top
You
of
do,
the...
though. I mean, we can go into it if you
Oh,
want, but we
God.
do. I just feel like I actually prioritise over any task I've got to do going to the gym.
When do I train today?
Because I feel like that is what keeps my mindset in a great sort of path I don't know, just focused. Yeah,
Have you tried ice baths yet?
No. You?
Yeah, I've got one in my
you got
garden.
one?
You need to
Just
try
don't know
it.
if it's for me.
You what?
I don't know if it's for me.
Oh, it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, the actual mental clarity that you get after an ice bath.
Listen, I've watched film after TikTok after short after how good they are, but I'm just like, have you seen the ice chamber, what they do at
No.
Eco Power? So they do an ice chamber what you can go into as well as a treatment.
It's horrible. Every single morning I have an argument with myself and I'll stand there in my costume and my kids
But every morning, 7 days a week?
Hit and miss.
Right.
It's now getting a bit warm, so I'm having to go in even earlier. But I need to get some ice. Obviously,
You have to go in every day.
No, you don't have to. It's always good after training. It recovers your muscles.
Yeah.
The thing is obviously getting older and I ache a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously premenopausal now, which is another thing that makes things look a little bit jelly-y.
Yeah, definitely.
Little dimples on the legs. Whoa.
Yeah, I know. When you're eating good and you're training that and you're like, what? Or like when you've got that, do you know what I hate? They're just the bloating. I just feel like I bloat all the time a lot more now. I'm thinking, I'm training like this and then what's going on?
Yep, we're getting old.
No, we're not.
We're not. No, well,
we're like fine wine.
Yes.
That's how I say fine wine, getting better with age.
Exactly. I look at photos of me and I'm like, I was a dog.
Yeah,
I feel so...
I'm like, is that me?
Yeah, I ain't sharing
and I thought I looked good. I thought I
sharing...
looked good at that time and all.
I ain't sharing that memory of me, when it comes up.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it's all right.
No, we're all right.
We'll forget about that one. But yeah, it's been really nice to have you on.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
Sure we'll do another one in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Terri Ann. It's been a pleasure.
And you.